Hey, what's up? So, this is me just testing a couple of effects. No particular reason, I suppose. Just to see how they play out. As you can see, set on my side of the field. This is the start of the turn. I guess let me go ahead and show that these are, in fact, cards that have been on my side of the field, just in case there's any doubt. Uh, just fighting against the computer here, just to test effects. Just to make sure everything is correct. But anyway, so I'm testing it against my own Psalms, which will work. They don't say anywhere on there that they have to be done by an opponent or anything. It says when a monster would be special summoned or a monster effect is activated, pay 1,500 life points, negate the summon activation. You do destroy that card. That's Psalm Strike. I also have a Psalm Judgment. When a monster would be summoned or a spell or trap is activated, pay half your life points to negate the summon or activation if you do destroy that card. Um, so, weird thing about Solemn Strike, right? Uh, so how it works. So I believe if I activate Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer's effect, right? I will get the option to change Solemn Strike, which makes sense. It's a monster effect. Uh, if you change it to this, of course, um, you would negate and destroy his effect, or negate and destroy him. But of course, then he could do a second effect to bring himself back. So that'd be no good if you're going against a DP. You would not want to do it. You would much prefer to do it on the second effect, right? So let's not. So again, we're going to destroy DP for the sake of the argument. I've got a feather duster here. It doesn't matter. It goes. Now again, if you wanted to stop the summon of DP back, you would negate it here. And, of course, you can activate Solemn Strike here. I guess it's also worth noting you can't actually activate Solemn Judgment for either of these, so that's good to know too. But let's not activate it for sake of the argument. And let's end turn, because it doesn't matter. And so this is why this is important. Notice I do not get any prompt to negate this special summon. Point being, let me just clear this in case the computer decides to do something relevant. Point being, because this effect activates here, activates, uh, that's the only time you get to Solemn Strike it. That's very important to know. If you don't Solemn Strike it, when it activates in Graveyard, it will summon a Destiny Hero monster. Now, there are ways you can banish it between now and then. And actually, even if you after the effect resolves, I guess for lack of a better term, I mean like technically, I guess this is it resolving or whatever it's happening, but it is after the chain resolves, I guess I should say. This effect is going off. Now you can DD Crow it, and banish it to the graveyard. You can even uh, call by the grave it, and it will still summon. It won't summon DP because he won't be in the graveyard anymore, but it can summon a different elemental hero or a different Destiny Hero monster. Very important. I believe they call it like an inherent summon. Uh, as I understand it, you can negate. You have to chain to effects, not necessarily, for lack of a better term, the resolution of those effects. So you can chain to him activating his effect to special summon himself, but you can't chain to the actual special summoning. Summons don't start chains. I've heard that before. Buzzwords that I've heard just thrown around. Just wanted to make this for rules clarification for myself and for anyone else wondering, just because I think it's a little interesting. Likewise, I should be able to chain if I discard Ferris to chain Ferris. Same thing. I can't Solemn Judgment it, but I can Solemn Strike it because this is an effect that is special summoning a monster. Uh, Now, say I don't do that. I can't actually Solemn Judgment or Solemn Strike it. Its effect right here. Important to know. Likewise, one other thing that I saw was just that had happened recently. Someone didn't know how Super Poly worked, so I just wanted to clear that up since I also had the opportunity to discard a card for cost, whatever, activate it. You can't respond to this. That's why it didn't pop up if I wanted to activate it. Solemn Judgment. You can't respond to Super Poly. And so again, an effect has to completely resolve before another effect can activate. So again, I can't solemn any of this. But more importantly, Absolute Zero's effect does not go off until after the monster has been summoned. Important to note, of course, I could actually Solemn Strike this. And of course, if you had any monsters, they would get blown up. So if your opponent is actually super polying your Absolute Zero, whatever he summons is going to die unless it's immune to destruction. Anyway, just some thoughts there. Some very specific card interactions that I just wanted to check. And I've checked this a lot faster in an unofficial simulator, but thought I'd go the extra mile and get it done in an official one. Likewise, just want to end on a couple of, I don't know, random cards. So perhaps if I just looked at, say, any random card, not like I had this planned or anything, that I definitely wanted to look at. Let's say, Inspector Border. And perhaps if this is a random card, I got no stake on this card at all, but just it's an interesting first sentence. Definitely could not summon this when you had another level 4 and use it to XYZ a level 4 on your turn. Definitely couldn't do that considering the first line of text here. Just a thought, just a random thought. No one in particular is being called out, just looking at a random card for no reason. Also, let me just go ahead and happen to look at, say this card. Weird on this last sentence here. Can't draw any cards by card effects. Weird on that last sentence that it would say that. What else says that? Dragon says it. That one doesn't. I don't think that one. Can't special summon with duality. That's fine, no one cares. I don't even know what any one of these do, honestly. So that one has no limitation on it. That's good to know. But prosperity and extravagance. Also just happen to look at a random something that someone might have played maybe against me, particularly when in physical, I guess I should say, after activating, maybe this card on the left here. Draw, weird that it would say that, and that they activated that after activating the other one. Anyway, so again, these were all just some funny rulings, really. No particular reason to call any of these specific rulings into question. Definitely not anything that happened on 5/14 of this month. I guess 5 implies this month, so of this year. Anyway, that's this video. See y'all around. Check out some actual good content and not this. All right, see ya.